Buffett fans. Today is September the 3rd, 2023. And I'm doing this vlog because yesterday, September the 2nd, 2023, I, like all of you, was deeply saddened and heartbroken to learn that Jimmy Buffett passed away in the middle of the night, September the 1st, at the age of 76. Jimmy was born on Christmas Day, 1946. And it's fitting that he was born on Christmas Day because he was truly a gift. He was a gift to the many millions of fans like me and like you out there. He had an ability to take us from our boring everyday lives and have us dream of exotic ports and harbors. He had an ability to tell stories and take you into those stories, and you're in these places and you're meeting these cast of characters, not only through his music but through his books and through basically his entire empire. Jimmy provided escapism. One of the other things that made Jimmy so special to so many of us was he seemed like one of us. I know he obviously was a billionaire towards the end of his life, but that's not the way that he came across to so many. His books and his music, especially his early music, was semi-autobiographical. And the places that he sang about and the people that he sang about were real. These are real people. And that's one of the things that we've tried to do here on this channel, is to visit those places and tell those stories. And that's what I think made him so special to so many of us. You could walk into Captain Tony's saloon and you could walk into the bathroom and see the words on the wall. You could go into the chart room, just don't get 86th. But you could go to these places. You can go into Fausto's and get yourself some chocolate milk. These were real places and real experiences that he had. Nautical Wheelers is another one. It was based on a true story. So all of these things, I think, made Jimmy made him much more relatable to all of us. And at the same time, we could dream of these places that we probably never would have thought of going. And how many of us have booked vacations or taken trips or done things because we were inspired by Jimmy Buffett? And that's what I think we are going to miss. It's been the cornerstone in so many of our lives. And it's the soundtrack to our lives in so many ways. He's just been the soundtrack. And with him gone, the thought originally went through my head was, well, do I continue on with this channel? And that thought did not last very long, because of course I am. Because there are still so many stories to tell. There are so many songs that we need to talk about. There are so many experiences and things that Jimmy said and did and lived for that we need to tell. And a wise man once said to me years ago that as long as we continue to tell the stories of those that are past, then they're never really truly gone. So we're going to tell these stories for all the generations, and we're going to pass them down, and they're going to stay alive. These stories will live, and that will keep Jimmy alive in many ways. So we're going to continue on with this. I look forward to more vlogs and visiting more places that Jimmy did, more songs that he had, and we are going to continue to celebrate his life and his experiences. I also want to say my deepest condolences to Jane, his wife, his children, Savannah, Delaney, and Cameron, their friends, their family, all of the coral reefers, past and present, and all of their families as well too, and everybody that came into contact with Jimmy Buffett. He has changed so many lives for the better. And I'm going to encourage myself, and I'm going to encourage everyone else as well too, to continue to search for that one particular harbor. Continue to look for those exotic ports of call. Continue to live your life like a song. I'm going to close this with a quote. That's one of my favorites. Captain and the Kid. He's somewhere on the ocean now, the place he's ought to be. One hand on starboard rail. It's it's waving back at me. Please stick around when I close this out, because I think Jimmy said it best, where he had a quote about grief from his book, Salty Piece of Land. And reading his words on how to deal with grief really, really helped. So, parrot heads, fins up, everyone. Godspeed, Jimmy. Sail on.